Rich Tehrani with TMC here. Thanks for watching. We're at Interop 2013. David with Xi3 is on the program. David, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for coming by today, Rich.
So, wonderful booth. I'm curious, what are you guys showing?
Well, this is our first time in Interop, and we're really bringing to Interop and to all the attendees here the whole concept of modular computing as shown through the lens of Xi3 Corporation, and we've had a lot of interest. So desktop computers, a universal client, data center products and servers, and in fact I've got some stuff here I could show you if you'd like to talk about it.
Yeah, before we do that, I'd just like to say that typically there's been a division in the world of technology with Apple coming out with the really cool and high-tech, just real, I guess, consumer-looking, friendly type devices, sleek devices, and then the PC world things have been pretty
vanilla?
Can I say ugly on the air? I don't know if that's the right word, but boring. You said vanilla, but
vanilla, boring, ugly. I agree. All of those things. That's true.
So what stopped me at your booth was when I saw this really cool design, and why don't you take it away and show me your designs and what these products are?
Great, I'd be happy to do that, Rich. So I've got a mechanical sample here of our Xi3 modular computer, and as you can see, it does not look like a computer. In fact, one of the things we get asked all the time is so is that a speaker? And the answer is no. We've taken the standard motherboard, shrunk it down through a patented process and brought it into 3 different boards. And in fact, what I can do right here is take it apart on camera for your viewers and see if I can do this properly. So with this, what you end up with is 3 boards that make up the motherboard. And as a result, when new I/O comes out, I can literally swap out a board. USB 4 comes out, a new video connector, I buy a new board. I don't buy a whole new computer.
So this is no Raspberry Pi, this is a serious PC.
This is serious PC, definitely not Raspberry Pi. Inside of this box we're running x86-based 64-bit processors, dual core today, quad core coming out this year, and 20 watts of power, up to a half a terabyte of solid state storage internally. And all weighing less than 2 pounds.
How warm do they get?
You want to find out, you can touch it. It's right here. It's not warm at all. All
right, we're going to do a live trial. I'm going to touch this, get the paramedics ready. Let's see. I'd say about 100 degrees, 120, 110. No, 120 is high, maybe 100. 100 degrees, 90. No, it's just warm.
It's warm. You know it's warm, but it's not hot, right? You know it's warm, but it's not hot. And so when you have 1 or 2 machines, that's nice. If you have hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of machines, average desktops installed today, dual core, you're probably low end 80, on the high end 200 watts of power. You could be saving millions of dollars a year by going to an x86-based 64-bit computer that's only 20 watts of power. So that's really game changing, not only because it's beautiful looking, any color you want, but it'll run Windows, it'll run Linux, it'll run Unix, whatever you need it to do.
So obviously it's beautiful, but from an ROI perspective, if we take the beauty out of it, what's the price difference between this and a ugly box?
So entry-level price point on the Xi3 modular computer is $499, quantity 1. And if we start talking about ROI, I'll give you a real-world example. Hill Air Force Base, Ogden, Utah has some of our machines. They've been evaluating them, using them there. They have 25,000 desktops, average wattage by their estimation, 170 watts. If they swapped out all of their machines for ours, it would save them $6 million a year. So that's huge. And you start talking about that around the world, in business, in government, it could make a huge beneficial impact on the environment.
And you don't give up anything. I saw there's lots of USB slots in there.
No, you've got a total of 6 USB ports. We've got 2 SATA ports. We've got triple monitor support natively with VGA and DVI and HDMI. It's not a problem. So, desktop today. This is a desktop as well. It's not a VDI box, although you could use it for VDI. This is a Zero Pro computer. We announced it in January. This will be shipping mid-year. It's got a dual core processor in it, 4 gigs of RAM, up to half a terabyte of solid state storage, mini display port, HDMI display port, 4 SATA, and it's 15 watts of power, starts at $399. So 64-bit again, so it's Windows, It's X8, it's Windows, it's Linux, it's Unix, and it's super light, and it'll go anywhere.
So what's the difference between what we just saw and this one?
Well, in the Xi3 modular computer, of course, one of the main selling points is the ability to have modularity internally.
Right.
So as new I/O comes out, I can swap out a board. The Xero Pro computer is not modular internally; it is externally, in that you can change things out on the external outside of the box.
Excellent.
Yes.
I love how easy these things are to take apart. Is it normally like that, or do you normally have screws that you have to deal with?
Yeah, there's what I tell people is if they can unscrew 4 screws, they can take this apart. So we've had a 65-year-old grandma replace a fan on it. It's not that hard to do.
Good to know.
So this is a server. So not a Raspberry Pi, not Atom, not ARM. This is, again, x86, 64-bit. This will ship latter half this year. The micro server will be a quad core, up to 3.2 gigahertz. It'll actually come with 8 gigs of RAM that'll be upgradable down the road. A terabyte of solid state storage, optimal on top end, 50 watts of power, and I can put lots of these in the same amount of space as standard servers. Starting price point will be about $1,000 for a bare metal machine.
Now, in this particular case, the design is beautiful, but it goes in a back room where there's racks and things like that. How does that affect how does this fit in that kind of scenario?
Well, so whether you have a standard rack or whether you go with something over your right shoulder to the new freeform data center that we unveiled here at the show, you can put them into a standard 19-inch wide rack. And the way that works is we go 4 across and then up to 7 deep on a 30-inch shelf. And the airflow is just all the way through to the back. And that's one of the things we have over here with our Xi3 motorized data center. I can fit in a 7-foot high rack, standard rack. I can fit up to 448 servers or clustered computers together. And the whole thing is under 123 kW. So it's a huge benefit from the lower impact on the environment.
Well, not only that, I mean, something you didn't mention is that I know a lot of data centers have challenges because they don't have the power, they don't have the cooling, they have issues, so this addresses that challenge.
It does. It allows you to do things with data centers that you can't do with traditional servers from the standpoint of you lower your cost to power the servers, you lower your cost to cool the servers, you draw less power, so I have less infrastructure. But if you want to keep your consolidated data center and you want to go to an edge data center, then that's what we would do here with a freeform data center. And if you want, we could take a second, I could walk you over here and we could talk about that. This is our new freeform data center, and it's really designed to show what happens when your server is only this big, or your desktop is this big. Do you have to be locked into a box? And the answer is no. You can use your servers or your clusters of computers anywhere you want them. Put them in anywhere you want them, because they can be ambient air cooled, but you can change the shape. It can be curved, you can change the color, it could become art. And in that regard, it allows you to put your servers closer to the consumers who are using the data, creating the data for you. So, a lot of different benefits there.
Excellent. What else should we know?
We're in business, we have been for some time, and we love the response we're getting here at Interop. We've heard from large government agencies, large corporations, SMBs, channel partners, and definitely been a success here. We're looking forward to coming back next year and to picking up more customers as we go forward.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Rich, for your time as well.